All right, let's get straight to it. So why are you chronically sick? Why are you dealing with type 2 diabetes? Why are you depressed? Why are you anxious or suffering from anxiety, panic attacks? Why do you have arthritis? Why are you afraid of getting a viral infection? Do any of these ring a bell? Why do you feel like you need multiple medications to enable you to just manage life? Why are all these things present? These are present in so many people. Why are they though? Choices. Lots and lots of choices. Stay with me. Don't run away. In the beginning, it was other people's choices. It was maybe your mom, your dad, your older siblings, aunts, uncles, grandparents, coaches, a teacher, maybe even like your pediatrician. But then, you get a job, you get a phone, smartphone at that, a car, and you are able to make your own decisions. And guess what? There's this thing called the internet. The internet arrived. Knowledge, the knowledge you need to understand the ramifications of choices that you make day in and day out, that knowledge, that opportunity for that knowledge, it becomes readily available to you. Once this state arrives, this opportunity, this capacity, this understanding that I can make another choice, once that opportunity arises, then it is no longer possible to pass the blame. Now the person with all the power, that person is staring at us. They're staring back at us in the mirror. We are the ones with the power to make the choice. You see, you can keep blaming others for life circumstances, for your current health situation, your health fate, your health trajectory, but that will get you exactly nowhere. Nowhere. Playing the victim will get us nowhere. I've had the opportunity to sit down with literally thousands of patients, and listen to them bare their souls, hear their story, hear their health story, their whole life story. So many of them have endured just insane injustices, overwhelming life conditions, crazy relationships, and medical injustices at the hands of doctors. However, not a single one of these patients has improved their health status by overlooking their personal responsibility to take control of their health trajectory. Not a single one. You see, people are not born with heart disease. People are not born with lupus, with colon cancer, with anxiety, with depression, with ADHD. Sure, they may have a predisposition, a inkling in a certain way, genes, but as has been articulated so many times, genetics, they can load the gun, but our environment is what will pull the trigger. Without a pulled trigger, a gun is completely harmless. Nobody dies from an unpulled trigger. Likewise, when it comes to genes, the genes we have, the genes that are present in our body, literally have no impact on our long-term or short-term health. The ones that have impact are the genes that are expressed. Those are the ones that impact our life, impact your life. You could have the most awesome genetic profile. Get your gene test done. Wow, my genes are beautiful. Look at those ones that are turned on. Look at those ones that are turned off. Oh my goodness, my SNPs love them. But no matter how good your genes are, what matters is what genes are expressed. So the expression is what makes all the difference. You can either fail in health, or you can be the master of all things related to health, depending on the genes you express. Good genes can be expressed, not so good genes can be expressed. Guess what? The genes that are expressed are directly related to the choices you make day in and day out. So many people in medicine do not want to admit, but gene expression can directly be impacted by your dietary patterns, by the food you ingest. Isn't that crazy? The food you eat could directly impact your genes. So say you consume a standard Western routine of, highly processed refined grains, processed meats, crackers, chips, candy, Jiffy and Skippy peanut butter. Guess what? Inflammatory diseases like cancer, diabetes, heart disease, dementia, Alzheimer's, Parkinson, arthritis, lupus, the likelihood of those showing up in your life is high. Why? Because you are consuming information via food that is causing and promoting disease. You're promoting disease-based genes. You're promoting the expression of disease-based genes. So if we don't want those as a part of our life, we're going to have to make a different choice. This is why choice is such a blessing. The opportunity to choose is such a blessing. You can choose otherwise. And in so doing, you can choose life-supporting genetic expression. Is that not empowering? Many people, because of childhood illness, poor diet as a child, what their parents were giving them or caregivers were giving them, maybe child abuse or even neglect, they show up in their late teens or 20s, 30s, 40s, you name the decade, and they're behind. Maybe you feel like yourself, you're behind in health opportunity. But you don't have to stay there. You can realize, you know what? I can make a different decision. I can make a new choice right now. I can start right this moment and change the current trajectory that I am going in. So realize this. I've seen so many patients who even into their 80s have completely shifted their health trajectory. They started accumulating health. They took on extraordinary responsibility, extraordinary ownership of their life choices. And guess what? Their health trajectory changed even into their 80th decade of starting right then. And you can start right this moment and create your desired health trajectory. You can do this. You can start now. You can start building your physical, your mental, your spiritual health. It doesn't matter what was, it is what is right now. You don't have to stay where you are or subsist on medication after medication. The next thing comes up, next medication. Just because your upbringing was a certain way or you had crazy circumstances. Whatever is right now is what you can work with and is what you want to work with. There's nothing but birth, there's death, and then our attitude that are certain. However, with each meal, each meditation thinking in our mind, activity we do, relationship we engage in, you are literally turning on and turning off genes. You're literally promoting your most capable life, your most capable self, or you're escalating, a life of illness risk. You can actually persuade stem cells to perform dense, strong bones, like to create dense, strong bone tissue, or those same stem cells actually, because of your physical activity, your exercise routine, or lack thereof, could be creating the information and be making, just like a glob of fat cells. And all that is different is sedentary versus physical activity. Same genes that you started with. If you are like so many patients, you're not giving yourself enough credit. You're passing blame. You're not realizing that your current life state, you have power over it. Consider this study for a second. That people with a high genetic risk for heart disease were all put together, and what they found was that those who consumed a very low vegetable, fruit, whole foods food routine, dietary routine, had 2 times double the risk of heart disease and heart attack compared to those same people with the same risk factors, the same genetic risk factors as those who consumed real whole foods consistently. That is the power of choice. It's not just your genes. You're not just set here and this is what's going to happen to you. You have the capacity to choose life or death, blessing or curse. It's a Bible verse. So food and physical activity, they have a massive impact on your cellular biology. This isn't propaganda. I'm not just making stuff up. I'm not just trying to give you some false hope that you can transform the trajectory of your life. You actually can. This is reality. And it's happening all over the place. It's happening to us, around us, every single day. We are promoting life or death. We are promoting a sense of blessing or curse in our body. Blaming yourself or others for past decisions, it will not help you. You're not going to overcome disease and dysfunction by blaming yourself or blaming others. However, you can empower yourself today by taking full responsibility for your health trajectory. From here on out, you can decide that you are going to overcome disease, you're going to minimize the potential for future disease, and not to mention you're going to allow yourself to just be the shining beacon of life and vitality and vigor because you are taking full responsibility for the choices you make from this day forward. It's not a blame game. It's creating health opportunity for yourself. So I'm Dr. Matt. I hope this is helpful. Please like and share and subscribe so that we can get every person in your circle who doesn't think they have the capacity, doesn't think they have the power to accumulate health, to recognize and realize that power, to receive that power, and participate in life and creating their most fruitful, abundant life. All right. Blessings. Talk to you guys later.